You shocked me right there. He's like, "For real? Sound the alarm! Sound the alarm!
It's breaking news.
Sound
This
the
is a
alarm,
new
guys!"
development.
Yeah, it's. Uh, Let us know. Well, welcome, guys. Shalom, shalom. Welcome to
Shalom.
the live.
Oh, my painting's halfway down.
We are
That's ghetto.
journeying with us.
Mm-hmm.
And we got diapers right there in the background.
That's the journey with us way.
Yes. Yes, guys. Welcome, guys. We are journeying with us. Make sure you like the video when you enter the chat. If you're later watching the video, make sure you like the video, share with someone that you believe will help them with the value that we share. We appreciate everybody, supporting us, subscribing to the channel. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. And yeah, we're just gonna get right into it.
Yeah, because this is breaking news. This is a new development. I didn't even realize this was going on. But
What is
you
it?
told me.
Oh, I told you.
You told
Oh,
me
okay.
about the NATO summit
Oh,
that's
yeah.
taking place in Washington, D.C. So all the folks, the Finns, the Swedes,
Yeah.
the Great Britons, the Frances, the Germany, Belgium,
Mhm.
all the NATO folks, they're having a meeting, an emergency meeting in Washington, D.C. And so
No, it's not
Biden,
emergency.
surprisingly,
It's the 75th meeting. So they've been together for 75 years. So
it's
this
just
is like
like
a yearly,
the yearly meeting.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's not nothing emergency, but it's just at a time where it's a lot going on in this world, where NATO needs to be unified, or put it like that: is NATO going to be unified or separated? Especially what's really going on, like with BRICS and stuff, other countries trying to break down allies and stuff. So is the allies going to stand together or not?
Yeah,
So
the
that's
breaking
what it
news
is.
part of it is that Biden, and I'm gonna show y'all this article.
Make sure you like the video, guys.
Biden has actually, and it's so interesting because during the presidential debates, he was not able to keep up his mental health, probably because it took place at night. Anybody who has worked in healthcare with older people, they start to get sundowners past 6 p.m. Thus, that's why he said the Biden administration said, hey, after 6 p.m., that's the cutoff
After
time.
8.
After 8 p.m., my bad. That's the cutoff time. And he can't be doing events after that time. If you worked in healthcare, y'all already know why he said that. But I guess this was midday when this happened recently, that Biden actually went ahead on national television. He told the world, according to Reuters.com, that Ukraine will stop Putin. This is what he told them at the NATO alliance. That's why I say it's breaking news, because it's very timely at the alliance. He was very forceful in saying this. When people watch the video back, they're saying, wow, he sounds more sound than he usually does.
Mhm.
He got it together that day and he was like, look, we will not stop supporting Ukraine.
Yeah.
And so what does that mean for the American people? You can look forward to super high inflation, right? Food shortages, mortgage rates going up, bread may cost $25. These are things you can look forward to, since he is saying that he is determined to continue sending billions of dollars across the seas.
Yeah, just put it like that. The U.S. NATO is teaming up, and they said they're going to support Ukraine no matter what against Russia, and that's basically what I think it was Great Britain. The guy he was speaking about it, and he was like, "Yeah, we're going to support Ukraine. We need to stop Russia by any means." So, like, NATO is just really going against Russia. So a lot of stuff is about to start ramping up. I know a couple weeks ago it was like a lot, especially with Russia pulling up to the states. Like, what's up? But
yeah, that was crazy. I forgot about that. Yeah, that did just happen.
it seems like these last couple weeks, the last week, you really don't hear a lot. You really hear about the elections and stuff like that, and the weather that's happening just everywhere around the world and stuff like that. But I feel like some stuff is about to happen.
It's a tit for tat. They're going back and forth, but well, it's the second half of the year. They're like, look, if we don't make this clear that we're not backing down, because I mean, how could the Western nations back down at this rate and say,
Yeah, they
oh,
can't.
well, we'll
They
just
they gotta be strong. And I know I saw something with Putin. He said Trump said if he become president, he's gonna stop the war. and Putin was pretty much saying like, okay, if that's the case, we can talk about it.
Right,
But
right.
here with Biden, he said, no, look, we're about to go to war because
Right. What's the deal with that?
I think it's
I
just
don't know what the deal is with
yeah,
that. That's interesting.
Trump he's bold like that. But Biden, he's stuttering and tripping and not really stern.
I'm saying, what's the deal? Why would Putin be more willing to negotiate with Trump rather than Biden? What's the leverage there?
I don't know. You gotta
I always
ask.
take it from like a
Yeah,
psychological. What's
I have
the
no
connecting?
I have no idea.
What's the connector there?
Hmm.
What's the relationship
That's
that
why
we
I'm
don't
like,
know?
he didn't sound like he was scared of Trump, but it just seems like he will negotiate with Trump. Like if we want to stop this war, this is what's going to have to happen.
Yeah,
So yeah,
interesting. So, according to Reuters.com,
make sure you like the video,
Washington,
family.
July
Thanks for
9th,
tuning in.
U.S. President Joe Biden pledged to forcefully defend Ukraine against Russia's invasion at the NATO summit in Washington on Tuesday, using the global stage to show allies home and abroad that he can still lead and be trusted. Biden is, of course, 81 years old and has endured 12 days of withering questions about his fitness for office, as some of his fellow Democrats on Capitol Hill and campaign donors fear that he will lose the November 5th election after a halting debate performance. Now, Vladimir Putin wants nothing less than Ukraine's total subjugation and to wipe Ukraine off the map, Biden said in his welcome speech to NATO members. At the summit, referring to the Russian president, Ukraine can and will stop Putin. So he's like, I don't care how much economy's going down. I don't care how much money y'all complain about. I don't care that y'all feel like y'all don't have jobs. I don't care. I'm going to send them as much money as humanly possible. Okay. And so on Tuesday, Biden spoke off of the teleprompter with a strong and confident voice and avoided the verbal flubs and signs of confusion that marked his debate performance.
Mhm.
Today, NATO is stronger than it's ever been in its history. Biden has debuffed calls to step aside in his race against Republican Donald Trump, who is 78, vowing to beat him in November. So far, he's maintained the public support of most of his party's elite. The US president has made restoring traditional alliances abroad the centerpiece of foreign policy after Trump challenged allies as part of America's first approach. The election winner in November could have a substantial impact on the future of NATO, Europe, and the rest of the world. Now, okay, I just got to read also this paragraph. We don't see how he can come back after the debate, said one European diplomat who dismissed Tuesday's speech as evidence of Biden's endurance because it was scripted.
Mm.
I can't imagine him being at the helm of the US and NATO for 4 more years. Ooh, he's like, man, this is heating up. I gotta just try to just stick it
Yeah.
out. The administration's like, let me tighten your ties, suit up, like go out there with
Hmm.
force. Sound like you're confident.
Yeah, that's what it is. So let us know your thoughts in the comments. What do you think is going to happen after this summit is over and the NATO is actually saying the bold things that they need to say? Do you agree or disagree? Put it like that. Do you agree with NATO and the alliance that they have to go against Russia, or are you like us, like man, just let it happen? The Most High is going to allow what He allows.
Whatever happens,
Like
happens.
really.
But it is interesting that they're saying that this is the most critical election for the entire world, which just tells you that a whole entire world shift is here.
Yeah, yeah.
The
It's
world,
coming.
that's why the Swedes, the Finns, the folks across the sea in Western Europe, they're,
Hmm.
they're
It
like, this is heating up.
it
This
really
is
is.
heating up.
It's a lot of places heating up, right?
Yeah.
Well, we just saw that Dubai was like 115,
Yeah, it's 112
12,
degrees,
12, 15. Yeah, I think I'm not sure. Where's Death Valley?
California.
California. People are actually going on vacation and visiting Death Valley to go take selfies and stuff.
You just
Um,
wonder.
about the 130 Fahrenheit temperature. So it's just like, man, it is a lot of stuff heating up. And there's a lot of stuff cooling off too with the
Yeah.
floods, the hurricanes and stuff. So, we hope everybody is well and safe with those floods. But do you believe it's bigger stuff that's happening? Like, can you really imagine that is just a portion of what's going to really happen with everything that's going on in the world? Like, really?
Yeah, this is a great time to get in the secret place, to focus on your family, to focus on your
Hmm.
community, your people, to find your high value skill sets, to get grounded in the most high, to do what you've been called to do. And if you don't know what you've been called to do, find out what you're called to do. And of course, like we say in every video, this is the prime time to go on Expedia.com, search flights to Senegal, flights to Botswana,
Yeah,
flights to Ghana, flights to wherever, and book your ticket back home to your motherland,
yeah,
because this life is given in the motherland. It's given everything. Like, it's
really,
abundant, it's flourishing. You know, you got these fresh produce everywhere. Man, I really just wish, my heart is that I wish all my people would experience Africa.
really. Like
All
me
my
too.
people need to experience
Like you
Africa.
have to experience it. Even I saw what was it earlier? Michael Vick. Michael Vick. He was in Zanzibar, and I'm like, man, if people like that really like visit Africa, I'm pretty sure that would really change their mind and heart about everything that's going on, because that would really humble them and be like, okay, look, I can do so much more in this world. I can do so much more for our people
Yeah, you can be
instead
more
of trying to,
impactful.
yeah. So I was like, man, that's very interesting. So, yeah, but for the regular folks, I'm telling you, come visit. We definitely want people to experience just a little bit of Africa,
Yeah,
like for
yeah.
real.
Now, us, before we left, we knew we wasn't going to go visit. We knew in our hearts, my husband and I both, we knew for a shorty 100,000%. Once we land in Africa,
Hmm.
we not leaving Africa. We knew
Exactly.
that 100%,
For real.
100,000%,
You know?
because it had already been given to us, just seeing the fruitfulness. I just remember looking back on that time, looking at like the rates of houses, the cost of living, being
Hmm.
so excited to land in East Africa, landing eventually 4 years later, traveling throughout East Africa. It's really mind blowing. It's really amazing
Yes.
when you just step out and see that the whole world was created for the sons of man, for
Exactly.
you. But we carry
Really.
so much fear and think, America is the only place you can survive. And yet, people in America are not even surviving and thriving. They are debilitated right now.
Yeah. If you're smart, if you really think that you're smart, I think the wise, or say wise, smart, the wisest thing is to cut down your cost of living.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
that's really it. Like if
Mm-hmm.
you really cut your cost of living,
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, you'll be thriving
Yeah.
like you should be. Because I know America, we be talking like, man, I don't look.
That's crazy over
We will
there.
never see each other. We probably never
Oh,
see
have
our
to work
child.
so long.
Like,
Then you send them
man,
to school to be taught by some European man.
yeah,
And
that's
then you
just
got the
a lot.
racism. We got a
Yeah,
12-year-old son. Then you got to deal with,
yeah,
nope,
yeah,
not in my lifetime.
yeah.
Absolutely not.
We'd probably be at the gun range with
You'd
him.
have to. You'd have to. Like,
Ah,
oh
yeah,
man,
that's too
looking
much to
back
think about.
on,
But
Western life,
we
ooh,
got a couple
that's
questions in.
painful to think of, y'all.
Yeah,
I don't even like to think of America.
yeah.
Like, anytime I even think of it, I'm like, oh no, let me get in the present where I'm at, go to the rooftop, look at the mountains, look at this nature,
Shalom, shalom,
look at
family.
the indigenous
Welcome,
people
guys.
here. Like,
Please like the video if you're
man.
in the chat now. If you're new, make sure you like the video.
Yeah, hit the like
Peace
button. We
and
have 44
blessings
people, but 9
to
likes.
everyone. Shalom, shalom. Someone asks, how do you feel about Minister Louis Farrakhan? Actually, you want to explain a little bit how you woke
I
up to the
used to
truth?
listen to Minister Louis Farrakhan a lot. Chew the meat, spit out the bones. He has some truth, but not all truth. So he speaks some
Yeah,
good things, just like Dr. Umar Johnson speaks some good things. You can find truth in various areas, but there's only one way, one truth, one life, which is Yahusha, the Messiah. That's how I feel about
yeah.
Minister Louis
The
Farrakhan.
Most High will use who He will use to wake His people up, because that's kind of how we woke up. Just listening, like, who's these Israelites He's talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even remember what speech it was. I do remember where I was though. I was in the kitchen in our apartment and I was making a smoothie and I was just like watching the videos and he's like, "Oh, the real Israelites are black." I was like, oh, that's interesting because I grew up in an
Hmm.
Ashkenazi Jewish community. So it was like, oh, the Most High has a little bit of sarcasm.
Yeah,
I was like,
he's
okay, that's
hilarious,
cool. You
really.
know, praise the
Shalom,
Most High.
shalom,
He's good.
family. But yeah,
Shalom, fam. Shalom, Pastor Rick Fletcher. So, shalom, members only, unveiled believers. Shalom. There's one more members only. By the way, if y'all want to know where we are at, Kuzingata. Shalom, shalom. Members only. Welcome. If y'all want to know where we're at, you can always check out the link
hmm
below. See, you'll see the video title, and then you just look a little bit under, and you're going to see more. Click see more. Then you're going to see the video description. Then you're going to see where we wrote join members only to see which country we're at in Africa. And that's that.
good job. Yes, what she said.
You'll get behind the scene. It's really great. They be
Yeah,
getting all the gyms, all the logistics, $7 a
yeah.
month.
Trust me, I almost got hit by a car. If you want to see that, go check out members only. I was
That's a
look.
struggle.
No, I'm just playing. I was walking on the road, but yeah,
It was a busy
I was trying
road.
to be like you.
That
Yeah,
was a struggle.
yeah,
Being on the that was a big truck.
yeah.
It's a
That
small
big truck.
road. They don't have big roads in Africa,
Yeah,
just so
but
y'all know.
they definitely know how to drive here.
Oh yeah, they know how to drive for sure. You
But
see
yeah,
less crashes.
recap. We was talking about the NATO summit, about how NATO is going to team up and take care of Ukraine, take care of Ukraine under their wing, and make sure they're good to fight Russia.
Hmm.
So in the comments, let us know your thoughts about that. How do you feel about
This unified front of
yeah,
Western European
and it's
nations.
because every time you talk about unifying,
Hmm.
this is the season of that. So if NATO is unified and really want to do that, woo, it can be a big deal. It can be a big deal. Let us know in the comments how you feel about that.
But you
Because
know who pays the most in this?
what?
The U.S. taxpayer. Okay, they're
Yeah.
gonna put your taxes up, hyperinflate everything. You're gonna look
hmm
at the box of cereal. It's gonna be like $15, $18. You're gonna be like, oh, this is great. This is insane. You're gonna see the gas prices. You already see the rent. You already see the mortgage. The banks. You see all of that with the economy. And I actually had some more points that just reminded me. Thank you so much for going
That's how.
back
Yeah.
to that topic because there were some supporting points we have here in these last days, in these global economic
How is
crises.
how's the Medicare on the continent?
Companies are going bankrupt at the fastest pace since 2020, according to entrepreneurs. So for everyone that's like the U.S. economy, everything's good. FYI, just so you know, according to the Entrepreneur
I love that
publication,
people answer the
companies
questions.
are going bankrupt at the fastest pace. And then now this one is really weird. Should I say that? I'm gonna save this one for last. I'm gonna go back. Russia just became a high income economy despite sanctions.
hmm
US has placed millions and millions of dollars on sanctions to say, hey, you can't submit any money, you can't, nobody trade with Russia. So most of the Western European nations are not trading with Russia.
And they're
But
still
despite
yeah.
that, they're a high income economy. Why is that? Because their alliances with Brazil, India, China, South Africa.
hmm
Am I missing somebody? Brazil,
It's a
Brazil,
lot
India,
more.
China,
But yeah, that's the base
BRICS.
bricks. Yeah,
There's a C. Who's C?
China.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
hmm
China does start with a C. That's
Yeah,
right. Okay.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
just trading amongst each other. Um, I guess it's working out, y'all.
But and this is why we tell people there are two separate worlds on Earth. Okay. There's multiple systems. Even within Africa, I was telling my friend this earlier, who's in Tanzania, like, even within Africa,
Mm.
coming from America, we think that everywhere has J.C. Penney, Macy's, Target, Walmart. We're like, there's no Walmart. Like, y'all, the one world system is not here. Despite all the folks that say, oh, the one world system is here, it's 100% not. Because
Mm.
here in Africa alone, you do not see the same stores. We don't shop at Walmart or Target. We ain't stepped foot in a Walmart or Target in almost 4 years. There's no Starbucks. There's no Chase Bank. There's no Bank of America. Now, if you go down to South Africa, you might see Citibank and Discovery, and that's it. They have a
Mhm.
whole different banking system. They have a whole different selection of stores. They have a whole different system as you go country to country. The things that worked in Tanzania don't work in this country. So you got a little while to go until you have a one world system, which should tell you to occupy. Well, this is what Yahusha said. He said, occupy until I come back. Occupy until the end times. We are in the beginning of the end times, but you can't have a one world system when the system ain't one. The system is very much divided still.
Yeah. It's gonna be some big things happening for that to happen. It has to be like a lot of big things that's gonna happen before it's a one world system.
Huge things. These aren't things that you just wake up. Oh, there's a one world system. Y'all just rang the doorbell. Woo-hoo.
Bigger than COVID, but I know we was talking about that.
You did say that.
It has to be bigger than COVID, and I guess in our lifetime, COVID was a pretty big deal. The whole world was affected.
Yep.
The whole world. So you got to really think about that.
It's true. You're right.
A big event, bigger than COVID. It has to happen. Yeah. And it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
It will happen.
So you have to really prepare your heart and minds.
It will happen.
Like really, it will happen.
Yeah. And it's all about timing. You got to know the seasons, y'all. This is why you have to add practicality to prophecy, right? The two P's, practicality and prophecy, because prophecy without understanding and discernment is just prophecy where you can't understand what's happening. But if you add practicality and understanding and discernment to it, then you say, okay, so since these things haven't happened, I got time to do this, and this, figure out what's going on in these areas, scope out and see the land. What did the children of Israel do when they were going into the promised land in Judges and Joshua? They scoped out the land to see, okay, where's going to be a good area to be in. Now, mind you, we got to say this on a loudspeaker. You know, this should be a banner in everybody's home.
Don't put me on silent.
The banner is, do not come complaining. Do not, because you're going to reap the rewards of that, and it's not going to be fun.
That's true.
Go read Exodus. It wasn't fun when they was out there in the wilderness complaining. They were not allowed to enter into the land except the younger generation under 20 years old. Ooh.
Yeah, because
we over 20 years old.
Even us, I know beginning coming here, it's like, man, you know, that's just a thing, but you have to get your mindset. You got to wrap your mind around like not complaining. You cannot complain. You have to know everything happens for a reason. And you got to be grateful for it and see the good in it. Like that's what it is. You got to see the good in every situation.
Yep.
Even a bad situation, you got to see the good in it.
Absolutely.
Like really.
Which means the only function in the universe is Yah. So that means you have to look for the Yah in every situation. Yeah. If you can't wrap your mind around looking for the good, because I don't know why Black Americans struggle with this so much, and I'm talking to Black Americans because I'm talking to my people. So I don't know why we struggle with this so much, if it's a remnant of slavery or whatever it is, psychological warfare. But we are like the first complainers you will find on the face of the earth. You stub your toe, now everything's, oh my gosh, why did you forsake me? Like, really? Like, don't blaspheme the goodness of the Most High like that. It's really not funny. It's not a joke. It is not funny. Yeah. It's just not. It's not something to take lightly. Yeah. When the Most High, he gave them a promised land, and then you see thousands and thousands of people were not able to make it because they couldn't shut their mouths and be grateful. That's serious. I don't know if y'all read the Bible with the level of seriousness, but I envision these things and I'm like, y'all saw him open the ocean, the Red Sea, y'all walked through. You saw the plagues with Pharaoh. You saw all these things. And then you had the audacity to say, why have you forsaken me? You should have left us in Egypt. That's like your child coming to you and saying, you should have never gave birth to me. Yeah, don't be like that. Don't be like that.
Most of the younger generation is like that too. But yeah, that's another story.
Don't be like that.
But yeah, you got to think about how the Most High provided for Abraham, like really, because he's calling his people out just like that. And if you got the call, you got to listen. Like that's
if you got the call, that's underlined. If you got the call,
that's literally what it is. The Most High said he will call you. He will call the remnant out. So if he's calling you and you out, I think I would say 51%. I would say 60%. You might be the remnant. But if you just sitting there and you getting a call, and you're not doing nothing, come on, you gotta step it up.
Yep, facts.
Because the Most High will take care of you no matter what.
Yep, for
Because
sure. No
just
matter what.
just really think about Abraham's story. Think about Jacob's story. Also, think about Joseph's story. Like really,
And reread it
reread it.
over and over because you'll find something new. But guys, I do have one more article. Now, this is, you didn't see this
Go
article.
ahead.
It was on my
Let me see.
Instagram. It just makes you wonder about the times. It's right here. I'm about to read it. Okay. Bloomberg tax. Y'all ready for this? This is Bloomberg tax. Y'all, this is going to freak y'all out. If this don't make you want to leave America, then I don't know what to tell you. The title is Nobody Wants to Come Back from the Dead Poor. Luckily for the rich, making wealth immortal is more solvable than reversing death. Estate attorneys are creating trusts aimed at extending wealth until people who get cryonically preserved can be revived, even if it's 100 years later. Y'all know what cryonic preservation is? That's when you go into this little cold room and they preserve your body like a mummy, and then they're saying they're going to come back after 100 years with their wealth. These folks are insane. Now, these are all the secret things they have going on in the Caucasus Mountains and these various regions where they like to do all these vast, strange experiments and, just anything to try and escape accountability and judgment. And yet, the most
done it in Sweden in the tunnels. Cause
Oh,
I know
absolutely.
Sweden. They got like a tunnel full of seeds and stuff, like the organic seeds that they hide to make sure everything's gonna be good when the world falls. But yeah, that's just another conversation for
Yeah,
another day.
because 5,000 people already are planning for their cryogenic preservation.
I mean, they tell us in the movies, the shows, and stuff like that. So that's that's another thing too. We really gotta pay attention.
Y'all see this? Like, why? Why do people think like this? Is my question. Why, as a human, do you think like this? Why on earth? Why? Why is this how people think? Western nations, it's just good to get out of them because you have all these perverse attitudes and thoughts that just penetrate the whole society. Like, why is this even something? But, these are also the people. I don't know if you guys know, but according to statistics, Africa is the one continent on earth that has the most believers. So all atheists can be found outside of the continent of Africa in Western civilizations
think
and in
about that.
Asian civilizations.
Think about that, guys.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Just so y'all know, Africa, the continent of Africa, the over 50 countries have the most believers in religion, in faith, than any other continent on earth. The Western nations are more atheists. Okay, so about 50% of Europe is atheists.
And you can feel it
Even
too.
Asian countries, atheists.
You can feel it.
Are you guys like Messianic Jews? We are people who follow the truth, the light, and the way laid out in the entire Bible. No labels.
Hallelujah.
But yeah, that's the news roundup. It's just it's such an odd world. It's so weird.
It's just the world. Put it like that. You got to step away from the world. Like it brings you back to that. I was just reading that. You can't serve two masters.
Right.
Like really, you really got to think about that. Like, are you? Because in America, that's hard to do. That's
the whole
really
West.
Because that's what I saw. It was Kurt Franklin. They was doing. I saw a video of Kurt Franklin like dancing and stuff, like just dancing and just doing worldly stuff, like dancing like the world.
Because he's around the world.
And it's like, man, you can't like these churches now is like that. Like you go to church, you can start dug in and stuff, and doing all this, and it's just like, man, this is really worldly. And it's like you really can't be worldly.
You can't.
In America, it's just really like
the capital of the world.
They're taking away all the righteousness. So everything that you try to do, they're gonna come against you. that's that is righteous. Everything that you try to do that's righteous, they're gonna try to take it away
Yep.
and say this is bad.
Yep.
Why are you doing this? This is too righteous. Why are you so righteous?
Yep.
So it's like
Come out of her, my
you really got to
people.
come out of it. Like I don't want to be around that, but just say here, we see these people every day doing certain stuff to their idols, but it's not like how can I put it? I don't want to say the wrong thing.
What do you mean? It's not.
It's not like America, but they still do the wrong thing.
It's because the specific sins that America has.
Yeah.
You know, this country didn't pillage and kill millions of Native Americans, then bring over millions of slaves, and then put them in Jim Crow, and then have all of these abortions and murderings, and then have all of these rapings and Hollywood, all this stuff. And then after that, go bomb the entire world, basically, go bomb the Middle East, get into everybody's
Hmm.
stuff, and perpetrate violence. Then on top of that, the cherry on top is doing LGBTQ in the last 10 years. And so that
Yeah. It's a
is
lot.
the only
It's a
nation on
lot.
earth with all of those things.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for this is my mirror. Like really. You gotta understand that Hebrew.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, y'all, that's the video. That's what we got. Feel free to drop your questions. 76 people. We thank y'all for watching. Go ahead and hit the like button if you are so inclined to get this message out.
Yes, we appreciate it, guys. So if you have any questions, let us know. We're gonna go through the chat now. I've seen a couple, but not a lot right now.
It's early over there. Heathens can run, but they can't hide, right? What do they think this is? This is the foolishness of being an atheist.
Guess we'll start here.
You can rent your US homes from overseas. Facts. Come on. Speak now. Yes, you can. Absolutely. That'd be a wise decision. If you live in a country where not a single bill of the currency looks like you, then you are in the wrong place. Facts.
Mhm.
Exactly. That's a good breakdown. Uganda, Botswana, South Africa, and maybe it's a good start depending on your interests. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. Especially Botswana, South Africa. Absolutely. There's so many options. That's the amazing thing about Africa, and so much more options are going to become available. Even in the past 3 years, they had different policies to help the diaspora and then to help digital nomads. And so you have all of these things taking place on the continent. It's just a beautiful time to have the
Mhm.
option of traveling around the homeland to see, okay, which space is going to be right, to really see the fruitfulness that the Most High has placed on the earth. I mean, we've been in rainforests, we've just been to really incredible places in the last 4 years, like mind blowing places, like really being able to say we own our time.
Yeah.
We don't clock into, somebody's racist corporate, whoever. This is then going to start retirement in 30 years.
Yeah. We trying to retire now.
I'm retiring on the mountainside when I'm in
Exactly.
retirement age, up in the village.
Mhm.
So yeah, y'all, that it's just a beautiful journey. But yeah, that's all I got because I gotta go make some chickpea burgers
No, I was about to
and
make
eat
it.
some chocolate chip cookies.
You can. I'll make the burgers. You do whatever you do.
That's why I can make the burgers.
No, I was about to do that.
Who made them better last time?
Actual children.
No, I want to know. I forget if it was you or me.
You know the answer.
You know
Don't
the
be trying.
answer.
She try. Look, I know we are live, but don't be. Look, that's why I say go ask your children. Go ask your children.
Mine were good.
Mine was good.
That barbecue,
No, mine was real
red
good.
beans.
Mm-mm.
All we need is some avocado. We don't got no
Yeah.
avocado today
Okay.
though.
Yeah.
But we do
I
got
no.
some broccoli
I was gonna
sprouts.
surprise you and make it
Oh,
for
you're
you.
so sweet.
So we be on
You're
the same
amazing.
page. We be on the same page.
So I should go swim.
If you want it.
I mean, it might be a little cold, but I
Yeah.
can.
Okay. Let's get back to this. We over here.
These are real life conversations, y'all. These
I'm
are good
go ahead.
problems to
I'm
have in
planning my
Africa.
exit this October. Just getting everything together so I don't have to come back to the domestic place we
Demonic.
all or the demonic place we call America. Ooh.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah. And you know what? The most important part of it is just to have a steadfast mind. If you set in your mind, I'm not going back to America, that's what it's going to be 100%.
Really, I know she we was talking about earlier, and she said, "Man, our forefathers, like Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, they really had a steadfast mind, no double mindedness at all, like at all. Think about that.
Yeah,
Like
they
Jacob
did.
had to fight or be a slave pretty much for his wife for 14 years.
And God.
He said or after 7 years, and then he said, "Oh no, if you want her, you gotta do another 7 years." So just imagine that, guys. Like,
Yeah.
imagine you about to you get something right at the end, and you say, no, you get something else that you didn't want, and he was
Yeah.
just steadfast. Like, this is what I want. This is what the Most High, like, this is my desire, right? And he had to
And
do
he knew the
14
Most High's
years.
will for him. That's what made them so impenetrable, okay? That's how you unlock massive success in everything you set your hand to. I mean, to be so steadfast to not. Most of our people, you get denied for something 1 year in, and you're like, I give up. Oh, child, this generation don't have no faith. Don't have 1 ounce of faith because you read Genesis and you're like,
Hmm.
oh, like break it down and really think. Like he had to work 14 years for his true wife.
No double mindedness.
14 years.
Like
14 years.
when the word is like that really like, man, we are really like so far off
Right. He didn't
as a
go to year
people.
5 and say, you know what, Most High, just kidding. You know what?
Yeah,
I don't
like,
believe
man,
your
three
promise
and a half
anymore.
years, like, man, this is hard. I really don't know.
Too hard.
I don't know. I think, but I'm gonna have to. No, none of that. All the way. But I want you to read this. 'Cause I was gonna read. I need you to read it. 2 through um 16.
Verse 2 through 16.
Yeah, and say the verse or say this after you read it.
Okay, so we're reading to finish off the video Matthew.
No, just read it. And then say it.
Don't say the book.
Yeah, until after.
Okay. But when he saw the crowd, oh, you said two, my bad. And having opened his mouth, he was teaching them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, because theirs is the reign of the heavens. Blessed are those who mourn, because they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, because they will inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, because they shall be filled. Blessed are the compassionate, because they shall obtain compassion. Blessed are the clean in heart, because they will see Yahuwah. Blessed are the peacemakers, because they are called sons of Yah. Blessed are those persecuted for righteousness' sake, because theirs is the reign of the heavens. Blessed are you when they reproach you and persecute you and falsely say every wicked word against you for my sake. Rejoice and be glad, because your reward in heaven is great, for in this way they persecuted the prophets who were before you. You are the salt of the earth, but if the salt becomes tasteless, how shall it be seasoned? For it's
Mm.
no longer of any use but to be thrown out and to be trodden down by men. You are the light of the world. It's impossible for a city to be hidden on a mountain, nor do they light a lamp and put it under a basket, but on a lampstand, and it shines to all of those in the house. Let your light so shine before men, so they see your good works and praise your Father who is in the heavens.
Matthew 5, 2 through.
Matthew chapter 5,
Hmm.
verse 2 through 16.
Yeah, that that's what we was reading today,
That's good.
and that really hit. I'm like, man,
Stand up and be the light.
yeah, you got to be the light, because you really gonna be blessed. The righteous, if you righteous, you're gonna be blessed. You know, like really.
And the nations
So it's a
need the right
time.
ruling. There's going to come a point where the nations are like, okay, what is the right ruling here? How do we handle these
Exactly.
affairs?
Exactly.
Get
So,
in position.
so thanks for joining. Where is it?
Welcome, Greta, to Journey Behind the Scenes. Thank you for joining members only. You get access to over 20 videos, and we just actually
Mhm.
uploaded one yesterday about all of the logistics of making such an incredible move as this, going to Africa without
Yes.
visiting first. That's how we did it.
And thanks for the super chat too. We appreciate. the support, the love.
Yes, thank you so much.
Sante Sana, thank you.
So y'all, that's it for this video.
Yeah, that's it. Guys, make sure you like the video, comment, share, and yeah, make sure you be the light wherever you are amongst this dark, dark world. Be the light, shine bright, and be the light because that's the time that we're in. You need to let people know, hey, this is how you walk. This is really how you walk,
Yep.
and that's what we just trying to
It's
be
a
the light to
joyful
people.
time.
Yeah. So that's it, guys. You guys say anything?
That's it. Be blessed, be prosperous, believe in our mighty one because he reigns in all the earth.
Yes.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, guys. Seek peace always.